Hey everyone, this is Davy. Today we're in Ghent for the NGBE conference in Belgium, organized by Sam and Jürgen. Oh, did I show you the logo? Here it is. Then, for the conference, we're shooting a Teach Me Anything section where we invite speakers, attendees to teach us things they know in under 10 minutes. It's going to be amazing, so stay tuned.
Welcome to Hack Links. I'm Ana Cidre and I'm the organizer of NG Spain.
And I'm Sherry List. I'm working as Azure Developer Technical Lead at Microsoft.
And today we're going to be talking about web components.
Write it once and reuse it everywhere.
Thanks Cheryl and Anna and Cheryl for coming, and we're talking about web components. Let us know what we need to know about it.
Would you like to start?
No, you can go first.
Okay, so the really cool thing about web components is that they're completely platform agnostic. And it also allows us to have maximum interoperability within teams. So you can imagine having an enterprise company where they have several frameworks like Vue and Angular. And you can just create the one component and then reuse it within however many frameworks you want to. So that's really cool.
And very good thing about it that once you are in that enterprise company, that you can have a team that they are building this component, and then the feeling of that component is going to be consistent when you have different products, because that's what happened that when Angular developers, they build their own, and then the Vue when they build their own, at the end the feeling is going to be different.
Okay, but is there, so you have a team that does Angular, another team that does Vue. Think about that huge company. How would you build a system where they can still use their own thing, their own framework, and come together as web component, as web component developer, but still they use their own tooling?
Yeah, because the thing is that's exactly when I explain you that if the best kind of that you can set up can be that you have a team that they're using technology like lit element, which is going to be which is pretty nice to use and pretty easy to use, and it boosts up your performance so much because it's using the browser's capabilities instead of that you are going to find out that how to do it in Angular way, how to do it to Vue way. So they build those components with lit element, and then that will be literally components. And Angular is a component-based architecture, and Vue is also the same. So you have those teams that they create those components, and then the other team, the Angular team, they can work on the whole framework of the application, everything around those components. And then they have those blocks to just put it together. And then those components, they talk to each other, because Angular doesn't care if it's a web component or it's a normal.
So are we saying that then the Angular developer, the Angular tooling becomes just a component, like a set of tools to produce components? So is the people doing Vue, and then using the lit, you can just reuse those components that were created in there?
So what I would suggest is, first of all, creating the components, like the lit element components, or with whatever you want to create them with. They can even be native JavaScript components. And then what you can do is use your framework as tooling, so for routing, whatever you need. And then instead of having these Angular components, you integrate these web components into your ecosystem.
Okay, perfect. So what will be someone starting with that or wants to go into that? What are the step-by-step process they should follow?
There are a lot of documentation out there right now, and there is, I don't remember right now that web components that. Yeah, there is another one as well. No, but there is also another one. I don't remember that. One of my friends joined them.
Okay, we're gonna find it and put it in the link.
So because what they did is that I love about that project, it's a community-driven project, and then they putting on all the best practices practices.
Okay.
And it's really good. So
Is there there's something called can web component do this or something like that? No.
There's the golden checklist.
there are the checklists as well.
Yeah,
that's
which
true.
is a checklist that tells you whether your component is how it should be.
Okay.
Because when you construct a web component, you have to take things into consideration, like maybe the web component you're creating might be used in a different setting. For example, you might create an image slider, but then someone wants to use it on a phone as a carousel.
Okay.
So, or a change of screen completely. So there's some best practices that you should really take into consideration because you don't know how people might want to use your component.
Okay.
So try to make it as flexible as possible and
Flexible and well documented. That where to use it.
Do you know apps out there that could serve as like best practice or a company that is building their product with web component and you can name and say, okay, look at those people, look at what they produce. Is there such a thing out there that you?
I know that from Polymer Summit, I remember there was a use case at BBVA, which is a Spanish company, a Spanish bank, that they do really good work. And then I know, for example, at Maersk in Denmark, that they are starting to having most of the new project that they create. Of course, it's a big company. Depends on that which department that you go. But I know there are multiple teams that they are starting the whole project only with lit element and even no framework.
Okay, thank you very much. So I think we have it. Is there anything you want to recommend to people there? Listening, watching?
I would just say that go and try it. Give it a try because there are a lot of people that they just say that, I don't know that what will happen. I love my own framework. Instead that the concept of the web component, it is not that you're stop using your framework. The good thing about it is that you're leveraging the product that you're doing, and you're taking advantage of all the things that the web platform provides you. So that's it.
And I would just like to mention that my favorite thing about web components is actually the encapsulation. So the really cool thing is you attach the shadow DOM and you just can do whatever you like on the rest of your page and it won't affect that web component. So you really don't have to be worried about changing the styling color.
And with for example the shadow part, then even though that you put everything encapsulated, still you give flexibility to the other team that is going to your component, using your component to design it in the way that you want to.
Yeah, it's like an interface to interact with the component.
Exactly.
Very good. Okay, thanks Cheryl and Anna, and
Thank you for having us.
and for Afflix. See you for the next episode.
Bye.